This is the third and final part of my little series on Home Sweet Home. And I'm just coming up the staircase, and there's St. Cecilia, and just ahead of me is the Portuguese Crucifix I bought in Fatima many years ago. And this is the chapel which I've shown before, the altar, the hanging bricks, and the rest of the chapel, which has already been seen. Now, opposite the chapel door is my library, sewing room and bedroom. So I come in. This is the reproduction of the Bouguereau painting I had over my high altar at La Croix-Renard, and I think it needs to be a little bit higher. My library here, this is part of it. It's all more or less sorted. First, second shelf, and third shelf. That's about it, of books on the liturgy. There I have books on biblical exegesis, various Bibles, fathers of the church. Down there, reference books of dogmatic and moral theology. Some archives down there. These are liturgical books per se, and books of ceremonies. Sarah Missal in 2 volumes there, the English Missal, Graduale Romanum, all sorts of things, Roman Missal, and some books of chant down at the bottom, and a nice little engraving of Durham Cathedral, and then past. This is my cope stand. I can't find any other place for it except here. A nice engraving of Kendal Parish Church from the beginning of the 19th century, although it would be a reproduction and not an original. Up here I have various books of hagiography, Lives of the Saints, spirituality, monastic life, all the way along here. And the second shelf is a low shelf for small books, so that's a little bit a little bit random. Down here, dogmatic theology, all the way along here, catechetics, and then Anglicanism and various and continuing Anglican polemics. Down here we have some canon law, Christianity at the Crossroads by George Tyrrell. Moral theology, including a very good book by Father Salve Pincus, who was my professor at Fribourg. Agaped Eros by Nigren, very, very fine book. And then coming along here, apologetics, I would call this section here, and handing on the faith and that sort of thing. Mystery of the Trinity, so we return to dogmatic theology there. Here we have church history, all down here, and there's another shelf of church history, quite comprehensive. Down there, in general terms, big books, my old dogmatic theology notes. This is a very fine work. Unfortunately, I have a few volumes missing. But I was given this a number of years ago. This is the Dictionnaire de Théologie Catholique. It's a very big series of reference articles in French, which are extremely good. The Summa Theologica in Latin of St. Thomas Aquinas, some moral theology reference books, Summa Contra Gentiles of St. Thomas Aquinas, History of the Council of Trent by Pallavicini, Butler's Lives of the Saints. And then all along this shelf is traditionalist Roman Catholic polemics, because this is a very important thing to study for the future, and to try to set a middle course between one extreme and the other. Here I have a load of scores, musical scores, ones that I play less downstairs because I have another smaller, I have another smaller unit for my near the organ downstairs. This is St. Martin, the patron saint of the house. So going along to this is the third main section, the liturgical year by Don Garanger, various liturgical books, and dissident or unusual churches and bishops and priests. Down here I have some of my books of particular interest, like philosophy, and there's also some Rod Dreher, which I find very interesting, and down here Jung, various books about sociology, wisdom, C.S. Lewis, Romanticism, Berdyaev, whom I'm very, very fond of. And down there I have books mainly about musicology and instrument making, especially harpsichords and organs. There's a nice little engraving of the parish of Bouloir, where I was particularly well with the parish priest there, and he was great help to me when I left the Anglican Catholic Church for the first time, when it was under Bishop Leslie Hamlet. A nice Georgian mirror from my grandparents, and a rather mediocre chest of drawers. Loads of old clothes, as we say in Yorkshire, and my place for the night is my bed. So that's where I sleep at night. Oh, and in the middle here, there's a table which I made with two shelves, with everything to do with sewing, and a sewing machine. Unfortunately, it's only a domestic sewing machine. I'd very much like to have an industrial machine later on, because that would enable me to make sails. Although I don't have very much room in this library to do so, but I can repair clothes, I can make vestments, I can make altar linen, I can do all kinds of things. And nice little view out of the window of a concrete lamp post, and my next door neighbour, who's hardly ever there. They live in the south of France, but they come up here on holiday. It's quite amazing that those who live in hot places, they come to cooler places, and the other way around. So that's about all for the library, sewing room, and the bedroom. There's still a few bits and pieces to clear away and find places for maybe one or two more pictures to put on the walls.